In continuation to my last video, here again we will discuss the role of proxemics in making effective communication or in presentation strategies or in your interpersonal relations. So while an American may feel offended or get aggressive when spoken to from a closer distance, a French is likely to stand close to another person while speaking. So here you can see in this material that Americans may prefer a little distance while talking to the another person or while communicating, but French people, they prefer being closer to the person they are talking. Here you can see how cultural differences influence the communication or the proxemics use. Studies show that Americans avoid close contact with one another in public places compared to other nations. So, when you are talking to an American in a public place or public setup, then you should prefer not to go very close in their immediate or innate or intimate range while talking. Now, Edward T. Hall, in his book The Hidden Dimension, divides space into four zones. Now, we can understand the proxemics in a more better way by going through the four zones that we have classified them into. How much space you should use with one individual or the other, you can figure out or you can find out from the below. Coming to the first zone is the intimate zone. This zone starts with personal touch and extends just to 18 inches, 1.5 feet. So this is the closest you are when you are talking to someone or when you are in a communication process. Now, with whom can you be in the intimate zone? Members of the family, lovers, spouses, relatives, and parents fall under this zone. All the people who are very close to you and who are part of your family or your immediate circle fall under the intimate zone. Now, the best relationship that describes it is the mother child relationship. You can very much understand the intimate zone, that how close a child is with the mother if you are sharing that sort of a bond with a person, or if they are that close to you, then you can be in their intimate zone. You can touch them or be at 18 inches to them while talking. For this, you can also use gestures like a handshake, a pat on the back, touching their feet, a hug, all come into this zone. All these express or show that the person you are talking to is in your intimate zone. The second zone that comes after the intimate zone in terms of closeness is the personal zone. Now, this zone stretches from 18 inches, that is 1.5 feet, to 4 feet. Close friends, colleagues, peers, etc. fall in this. So, usually, all the social terms that you have built up, like your friends or people you are aware of, maybe your neighbors or people who are close in your day to day work or in your life, they come into the personal zone. It allows spontaneous and unprogrammed communication. So, with them, you don't have to think while speaking. You can freely communicate or share your thoughts, and also, the people are very much friendly and familiar to you, and they don't mind discussing any random topic with you. Though this zone is personal, it is quite a relaxed and casual place. Here, you are quite relaxed. Intimate is the closest you can get, but even in the personal zone, you don't have to think before talking. You can be yourself and very much, you can say, informal to them. Next we have social. Now, social events take place in the radius of 4 feet to 12 feet. Just after the personal zone, we have the social zone. In this zone, the relationships are more official. Like when you go to a party or a gathering or any event, then at that time where you are invited, you are in your social zone. One has to be more formal. So there you have to be careful in your behavior, and you are also at times very much cautious that okay, how should I sit, how should I stand, whether I should talk to the person or whether I should talk later to the person, whether I should greet this way or whether I should not greet in this way. So you are very much cautious and careful in your expression, in your gestures. Then that zone is the social zone. People are careful in their movements, as I told you, that whether you should sit, stand, move ahead or step back. In all these movements you are at times careful. It demands less emotions and more planning. At times also you first think before acting. You first decide in your mind that okay, I will talk to this person so and so thing, and I will skip so and so part while talking. So less very informal interaction and more of careful planned planning is involved in this. Now here the number of people decide whether it should be sitting, standing or sitting position. Like if you're going to a party or to a crowd and a number of people, a guest are of maybe hundreds, 200, and a large number of guests are there, then you might be standing when speaking and the guest might be sitting. But if there is a crowd of maybe 30-40 people, then it happens that also the speaker is also sitting and also the people who are listening, they are also sitting. Then if the number of people is less, then one can maintain eye contact. If you are in the crowd of maybe 30 or 20 or maybe even less than 15, then it is very easy to maintain eye contact even if you are in a social gathering or with people you are having only social relations and not personal touch. Then one should also go in that case in a sitting position, because when you are sitting, then you get more relaxed in your communication and in your delivery. If the number of people or audience is large and one has to address them all, then one can go for a sitting standing position. See, if your audience are in a large number and a large number of people are listening to you, then it is better that you stand so that everyone in the crowd can look at you and they can at least try to maintain eye contact with you, because you won't be able to maintain eye contact with them. This is very much clear, but at least they can look at you and connect to you. So sitting standing position is more preferred. The next zone or the last zone that we have after the intimate, personal and social is the public zone. This zone starts from 12 feet and extends up to 30 feet or to a range of eyesight and hearing. So public zone is the maximum distance till where you can see someone or someone can see you, or you can hear someone or someone can hear you. This is the maximum our senses can reach. Events that take place in this zone are formal. You can see events such as when you go to listen to a leader's speech, or you go to a concert or a tournament or a seminar. Then you see that the zone that you are in, or that the audience distance that you are keeping in terms of proxemics, is the public zone. The degree of detachment is very high. So in this, the speaker might not be knowing you, and even the audience, those who have come, you might not be knowing every one of them. So the people might only know okay, so and so is the topic, and they might not be very much aware about you. Like it happens that when you go to listen to a leader's speech, then the leader might not know everyone in the public, so he makes a speech that is more of like a general speech or generalized for everyone and not for every individual or for any special person who is in the crowd. The speaker has to raise his voice to communicate to others or use a microphone. So, as the crowd there is very large and a lot of people are there to hear, then your voice might not reach the person who is maybe 30 feet away from you. So, it is better at times to use a microphone so that you are very easily or clearly audible. Public figures, for example, the prime minister of country has to maintain this distance for security reasons. As I already told, like that when you go to a rally or to listen to a speech or to a concert or to a tournament, then you can see the public zone is active. As in the example we have that when you're going to listen to your prime minister, then this much distance is maintained, and here the reason for this distance is his security. So that's all about proxemics. We learn the four zones and with whom we have to stay in which zone as per the relations we have with them is all covered under this topic, and this will help us to maintain or use the proxemics in our interpersonal communication in a better way. Thank you.